All right, everyone. I want to welcome you guys to the first official ever YouTube video on our brand new Remix Club YouTube channel. And I got a very, very exciting guest. I'm going to kick it off the right way with none other than Timachim, aka Tim. Tim, how's it going, man?
Good, good.
How are things out there in Taiwan?
Taiwan's good, man. It's the weather's starting to cool down. We're not stuck in deep humidity anymore, and things are COVID. Everything's kind of regulated over here, so we're okay. We just can't get anywhere. Got like 2 weeks quarantine on the way back in, so they don't let you get out of the country.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy times around the world. Tim, before we even get started, there's probably going to be some people watch the video who don't really know who you are. Could you give a kind of a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah. So I'm actually my background is in kind of manufacturing. So I've been, Taiwanese, but I lived in the US before, lived in Shenzhen before in China, for 9 years. And then I've been in Taiwan more recently in the last few years. As far as like NFT space, kind of got it. I haven't really, was never really into the crypto stuff. Heard about it, stayed on the sidelines. And then when NFTs came around, I jumped into Top Shot like probably many of us did as far as our initiation goes. Uh, got all excited for it, got got swept up in it, and then hit the big dump and moved on to OpenSea. um, yeah, so did that back in, starting like February basically. And then since then, just been, yeah, since kind of like April, May time frame, I've been doing kind of ETH-based NFTs a lot, buying, selling, trading, and then starting to do some creation stuff recently.
No, that's really cool, man. So, what was your thoughts on Top Shot? Because, like I said, that was almost everyone's first introduction. Are you still in it, or you're not as bullish on it as when you first started?
I'm in it for sure. I am still bullish on Series One and like the
Right.
provenance of Series One, and LeBron James and his, the first sports-based NFT. Series 2 and Series 3, I'm kinda like, I haven't really been engaging at all. I'm just sort of just
I feel the same way about Series One. Obviously, some of the big players and names, but that first series is just always gonna like I think hold something special as it builds out to the next couple of years with Top Shot.
yeah, I mean, there's just so much history to it. Like, you have
Yep,
the playoff bubble year, the COVID year, you have LeBron James' first title with the Lakers, you have the
exactly.
first major NFT in sports, like, it's a sea change, man, so it's important for sure.
So, same with the NFT world. After Top Shot, what were the first ones that you got into and you were excited about?
Yeah, so I mean, I just sort of got onto Top Shot Twitter, and that's how I found like ETH-based NFTs. It was just like,
Okay,
all
yeah.
right, I'm on Top Shot Twitter trying to figure out what the next Top Shot to buy is. And then all of a sudden, apes just started popping up everywhere. It's like, what are these ape things that everyone's using as a PFP? And like, and then so I just bought a couple of them, thinking like, all right, whatever. Like,
Yep.
it's funny because like I have a group of friends in like an iMessage chat, and at the time, I was like, "Man, I think I just spent, like, $2,000 on a couple of apes." And they're like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, I don't know. It's like NFTs. It's kinda like Top Shop, but they're like these, like, kinda hype beast looking ape things." And they just all looked at me like, "Tim, you're an idiot." And I was like,
Unreal. Yeah.
that was back at, like, 0.23 ETH or whatever for an ape. So, that was pretty funny. Yeah, and I mean,
So
that's only, like, a few months ago. And then the other one I got into was Ghosts, and that was just total random, like,
yeah.
somehow found it when the first 20 were launched and got in on that at, like, point 3. So those are the first 2.
So
And
you
then
got into some moonshot plays. Ghost was really cool when it came out. When you minted your apes, do you still have all the ones that you minted?
I did not mint my apes, and I
Sorry,
do not
when
have
you
it.
got them, yeah.
Yeah, I bought my apes off secondary, and no, I did not. I do not have any of my apes anymore.
So
So
your apes
this is
just
actually funny because I guess the reason why I'm into Ape DAO is because, I like, apes went crazy. I sold, like, one of my apes was, like, a spacesuit ape, and I sold it at, like, 20, can't remember, like, 24 ETH or something like that.
okay, yeah.
And then I was like, "Alright, I gotta have some stake in apes still. I can't just, like, bounce out of apes." So I, like, when Ape DAO came about, I was like, "Alright, this is gonna be my stake. It'll make sure that I don't, like, just dump all my dump all my ape stock and, like,
Right.
don't sell on the way up." And so it's actually been, yeah, it's a great way to just have diamond hands because individually it's hard.
No, absolutely. That's actually my next question was how you got into Ape DAO, so that makes a lot of sense. So, what was the first thing you saw? Like, was Kylo like the first person to kind of introduce you to? Like, you're following him, and that's how you got involved.
Exactly. It was like, so I've been on NBA Twitter and I followed Kylo on NBA Twitter. I mean, a few NBA Top Shot Twitter, sorry.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like, if you know, if you know Top Shot Twitter, you know, Kylo is like a pretty big deal over in Top Shot. You know, I was listening to the first minute, heard him on there. And then, yeah, he came up with this Ape DAO concept, which was originally just his 49 apes and a crypto punk. And, you know, like the way he's laid it out, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna sell 50% of my inventory, and then as soon as I sell it, I'm gonna give the 50% or all the funds right back into the DAO, and we're gonna go on shopping sprees to buy more apes and stuff." And I was like, that just sounds amazing. Like, how does this even work? Like, how to this is basically like, you know, you're just gaining like everything you pay into the to Kylo to get portion of the fractional ownership.
Yep.
He's putting that money straight back into the DAO anyway. So I mean, it was just a great concept, great project. And actually, at the time, apes were only. I think that I remember now that at that time apes were below 1 ETH, and between like the 3 days of like when he started it and then when it sold out, apes like broke the ETH barrier. I think
Crazy.
Dingling did that sweep at that time.
Yeah,
Yeah, like he
yeah.
did the ape sweep and then they broke the ETH barrier and then Dingling bought up like the last 35%. I was like sitting on the sidelines. I was like, I had like 15,000 apes at the time or something like that or whatever. I can't remember what the
Right.
breakdown was. And I was like, I think I should buy more. I think I should buy more. And then like a second later, it was like Dingling bought up all of it. Just like,
Dang, that is insane.
yeah.
In the that name, obviously, like Dingling, like he comes up a lot across all NFT projects, and it's just like I guess probably one of the top NFT collectors around. Who
Yeah,
is
yeah.
who is someone in the NFT space that you're just like super intrigued by, kind of like a personality, like like Dingling?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, huh. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the space is so big now and so wide. Like,
It
there's so
is.
many projects going on. It's hard to know like a specific personality like that anymore. There's just yeah, so many people doing interesting stuff right now. So I don't know if there's anyone like that that just comes in and just like has that influence. I just remember when Dingling did that in Top Shot. I was just like, who is this
I
guy?
know, right? It was
And then,
insane. That's when I first
yeah,
heard about him.
and then he hopped over to ETH-based NFTs, and like I was in Code Ghost before he got into Ghost, and then all of a sudden he showed up in the Ghost community. You're like, oh shit, it's Dingling! Like he's into the Ghost Discord. Like what's happening?
So,
Um,
so, so let me flip it then, since we don't have an answer for that one. What are you just most excited about? There's NFTs, crypto, Web 3.0, all this metaverse stuff. Everything's coming together. What are you just
mhm.
most excited about to see develop over the next few years?
Yeah, I'm excited to see it get past collectibles. You know, like it's like this is collectibles is just the easiest thing, right? And so everyone's like latched onto it, and you know, it's great. I think it's showed how much people want digital ownership, and you know, having proof of ownership in the digital space, and where this is going is like your digital. I mean, it's even before NFTs. Your digital life and your digital persona has become more important than your in your in real life one. Like people spend more time
It has.
building up their digital personas, you know, monetizing their digital personas, and it's where it's going to be. And then like if your digital persona is your most valuable or like your most identifiable asset or identifiable personality, you're gonna want assets to kind of use with it. You know, in real life, you get clothes, you get branded stuff that you wear, you get electronics, whatever it is, your iPhone, your case, things like that. For women, purses or whatever. In the digital world, you're going to need the same, right? You're going to still need digital flexes, and not everyone's going to be able to buy an ape, and there's like so many more possibilities beyond just like your profile pic. I mean, Twitter is just one space, but that's not the only place that your digital personality is going to exist in the future. There's so many more platforms coming up that are more engaging. You know, between Sandbox and
Exactly. Yep.
Decentraland and other platforms. You know, gaming is another one. Gaming is a huge one that I think NFTs are just dying to get into, and is just perfect for. Um, I think a lot of us, I don't know, definitely my generation came from a lot of online gaming through
Oh,
like
yeah.
old school like Diablo 2 and StarCraft. And I know I have my stepdad is a big gamer, so he games on his iPad with like the Star Trek game. And you spend so much money on those games, and then
Yep.
now it's like Fortnite stuff, like people are just giving money away that they don't own anything, right? They just like, okay, you can use this thing within this game, but you can't sell it, you can't do anything with it.
Exactly.
In the future, these marketplaces are going to be dynamic, and you are every time you buy something, it's an investment, right? You're going to buy into an item, a weapon, anything inside the game economy, and then be able to trade it and sell it and earn money in the future. So I don't know. I think it's a huge sea change for what the gaming industry is going to look like. So it'll be interesting to see this get in there.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love all the play to earn games that are coming out. Like I said, there's so much more coming. But I'm also very excited about the gaming industry because I think it's just untapped still. But I'm sure there's some big things in the works, over the next few years.
Yeah, I
So
mean, like play to earn is right now. It's just like you own an NFT and you stake it, right? There's not
yeah,
like Axie is probably the
it's
most
actual.
complexity on it, and that one's it's all it's Axie is definitely
Yep.
quite well developed. But again, that's a pretty simple game, right? We're not talking about open world type games or anything like that. So
Exactly.
it's the potential is huge there, like really really big.